So Apple recently announced and unveiled the iPhone 14, and there's a few things that have changed about it, but in this video we're going to talk specifically about the biggest change to the iPhone 14 Pro, something called the Dynamic Island, and then we're going to talk about what that means and maybe what it shouldn't mean for the larger cell phone community. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this is their little video here showing off the Dynamic Island, as they call it. So all of you know for forever that iPhones, since the iPhone 10, I think, have had that really big notch at the top of the screen. Be right about in that general vicinity, and that's what they use to house all the stuff for their Face Unlock. So that's what it's always been. Well, now with the iPhone 14 Pro, what you're getting is this instead. You're getting something they're calling the Dynamic Island. Now, when you first look at it here, you may be thinking, okay, I get island. I understand that. It is clearly an island, but what is dynamic about this? You may also be thinking, I feel like I've seen this before. Maybe, in fact, I've seen this before on the Galaxy S10, which was where something very, very similar to this in terms of the appearance maybe was first seen. But at any rate, that's what we've got now. I already have problems with this in and of itself, but what makes this a dynamic island? Well, let's move forward, and you can kind of see it very, very quickly there. Let's roll back so you can see this again. There is your giant pill-shaped cutout, which is where the Face Unlock stuff is housed. This person gets a phone call, and it expands out, and then you get information there. Now, obviously, the hole punches are not expanding. They're simply just displaying a black section that's going to enlarge and encompass that very large pill-shaped cutout. But by doing this, they're kind of disguising it. They're kind of hiding it, making it seem more intentional. And honestly, a lot of the stuff you're probably about to see in this video, I think looks very, very interesting and very neat. If we roll forward here, there they show, now they're on a phone call. You can see how long they've been on the call. I'm not sure what information that looks like, a sound wave, like a waveform. Not sure what information that's supposed to be giving you, but at any rate, you can pause, or have music playing, and it'll show you what the album art and the music is playing up there. You can tap it, and it expands into your widget for changing the track and so forth. You can see your AirPods and their charging state. You can get directions on there. Turn right in 0.4 miles. There's all sorts of neat little things that they're building into this Dynamic Island to add functionality to it. We're just going to roll through these, and you can see them as they're going. There's a ton. There's a lot of really interesting stuff that they are doing here. I tweeted when this got unveiled that Apple is better than literally anybody at taking something that any other manufacturer, looking at you, Dynamic Island, would be absolutely destroyed for, and turning it into something that gets buzz, something that people are actually excited about, turning it into a feature. And that is exactly what they are doing here. This pill-shaped cutout is bad. Now, I try to avoid making objective statements here, so I'm not going to just say it's objectively bad, but as close to it as I'm going to get. It's bad. It's in the way. It's bigger. It's poorly positioned. I don't like this at all, and I can show you some examples of why. The Dynamic Island is actually costing you in some ways more of your vital space than the old hole punch did. You can see here it sits lower, so it's more in the way. Quinn Nelson tweeted this image. When you're watching full screen content, it's even more in the way. I almost sound like Jerry Seinfeld. It's even more in the way than it was before. That is extraordinarily obstructive. And I'm going to tell you right now that if an Android manufacturer put that out, they would get absolutely destroyed. And rightfully so. They should. That sucks. That's awful. It's in the way. It's ugly. But then Apple takes that ugly and they say, oh, no, it's not ugly. It's a feature. We're building things around it. They are quite literally putting lipstick on a pig with this stuff, okay? Because this is a pig and this is a whole bunch of lipstick. So full credit to them in regard to the fact that, again, they're disguising something that any other manufacturer would need to distract you from with like a black wallpaper or something. They're drawing your attention to this horrible pill and then making it into something people are actually kind of buzzing about, to the extent that people are already beginning the task of copying it. Now you can see this here for yourself. Dynamic island style notifications now playing on Xiaomi MIUI. Mi theme developers never disappoint. This Twitter user has posted. So this is something that someone made. This isn't Xiaomi making this, but you can see a phone here that has a hole punch there for the selfie, and they've built something that kind of loosely approximates the dynamic island. Now there's some differences here, right? So the fact is it doesn't actually go and encompass the hole punch all the time. That might be something that they're restricted from doing in regard to this theming system. I'm not sure. Maybe this is something that with later revisions they can actually bring it even closer. But at the end of the day, this is the point. Apple does something, and whether it's good, bad, somewhere in the middle, people are going to want to copy it. And a lot of it, if I'm being honest with you, is because of their aesthetic. Look at these animations. I love these animations. Look how smooth and bouncy. I think they look fantastic. It looks fantastic. So people see that and they think, well, that looks pretty cool. I want something like that. And that is the absolute brilliance of what Apple has done here. Because again, this sucks. This is way worse than this, right? This was at least off to the side. This is bigger, it's lower, and it's front and center in the way. And instead, the conversation is, ooh, that looks kind of cool. I'd like to copy that. Absolutely incredibly brilliant stuff by Apple. I don't know who it was that thought of the dynamic island, right? When they were, they're making this change from notch to island. Whoever it was that was like, hey, we're gonna have this big pill in the middle of the screen, right? What if we put stuff around it? Whoever that person is, he or she need a massive raise, because this is a stroke of genius. Like I said, putting lipstick on a pig to some degree, to a large degree perhaps. But what a beautiful job of doing that they have done. I hope other manufacturers, please don't copy this. Don't put a big pill in the middle of your screen. Don't start putting your hole punch selfie cameras in more in the way areas so that you can build something around them. This is still in a lot of ways bad. I mean, here's one thing. You're ready to see a bunch of iPhone selfies that are all blurry because people have been literally poking at their selfie camera and putting the oils from their skin on their camera. Like, it's not actually a good idea. Like, in any other sense, if someone said, hey, we're going to put our camera in the middle of the screen, it's going to be really big and in the way, and then we're going to have you touch it a whole bunch of times to do stuff, people would say, you've lost your mind. But the brilliance of Apple is that they're able to do that, and people are into it. People are excited about it. Oh, that looks pretty cool. Unbelievable stuff, if I am being honest. Guys, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe on your way out. I will see you on the next one. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friend.